92% of DNA damage, we are told, is caused by a mineral deficiency.
Welcome back. Today we're delving into an essential topic that affects all of us, the intricate relationship between minerals, microorganisms, and human health. Did you know that mineral deficiencies caused by everyday toxins like caffeine and refined sugar can have significant long-term health impacts? Understanding these connections can empower you to make better dietary and lifestyle choices that can lead to improved overall well-being.
92% of DNA damage is caused by a mineral deficiency. What really opened Dr. Robert Thompson's eyes was that the food we eat today does not have the nutrients in it that it used to have. 80 years ago, it had twice as many nutrients as it has today. In fact, some figures are showing 80% more nutrients. And it's the mineral deficiency. So what causes the mineral deficiency? Well, if the soil's deficient, the plant's deficient, and the people that eat the plant will be deficient. So why is it deficient? Every step we should be asking why. It's because the same crops are grown year after year after year after year. When a crop goes in the ground, it's taking nutrients out of the soil to be able to grow, to be able to produce the corn or the apples and if you don't replace those nutrients, then the apples and the corn, they don't have the it's basically minerals that they need. So when the person eats that plant, they're not getting the minerals that they need. An organic farmer will always feed the soil between crops, and they'll feed it mostly with compost. And we'll talk about compost a little bit more later. So mineral deficiency, soil's deficient, plants are deficient, people will be deficient. Let me give you an example. One organic tomato will give you 9 times the iron of a conventionally grown tomato, because organic farming feeds the soil so that the plant is nourished. But what's also happening is people are taking things that are leaching the minerals out. Caffeine. Caffeine does a couple of things. Caffeine disrupts the neurotransmitters in the brain, and we'll look at that a little bit more, I think, on the Wednesday lecture. And that's why people feel good when they have a cup of coffee, because it causes a crisis response. It disrupts the neurotransmitters.
Minerals are critical for various bodily functions, ranging from maintaining healthy bones and teeth to supporting vital metabolic processes. However, everyday substances we often overlook can lead to these deficiencies. For example, caffeine, while a popular stimulant, interferes with the absorption of essential minerals, particularly calcium and magnesium. Over time, this interference can contribute to weakened bones, fatigue, and decreased energy levels, impacting your day life and long-term health.
You see, it's a toxin to the body, and so the body gives it minerals to calm it down. But because it disrupts the neurotransmitters in the brain, it causes some damage in the DNA. So you can have a couple, both having a couple of cups of coffee a day, maybe a Coke. What do you have here? Dr. Pepper, maybe chocolate. If this is happening day after day after day, then that couple will conceive and have a child, and that child can have a tendency to autism, attention deficit syndrome, because they've been born with a gene that has disrupted the neurotransmitters in the brain. And they don't tell you that on the coffee packet, do they? What also leaches minerals is refined sugar. Nothing wrong with sugarcane. Sugarcane's actually incredibly high in minerals, but it takes about half an hour to eat 2 inches. But there's 10 meters of sugarcane in a can of Coca-Cola. That's 10 teaspoons of sugar. So it's a highly toxic drug. In fact, it's so toxic that when it goes into your body, it causes blood sugar levels to rise quickly, which means now very quickly insulin has to be released in high amounts. And then the insulin gets the blood sugar down and then it goes too low, and then the person has some more sugar, and so you get this whiplash, and that wears out pancreases. Now we've got a weakened pancreatic gene. We've got some children today who have diabetes at 18 months of age. They haven't been on the planet long enough to beat up the pancreas. They've been born with a weakened pancreatic gene. Maybe it's because of the parents' sugar habits. And so sugar definitely can cause a weakened DNA to the pancreas, but it also leaches minerals.
Refined sugars disrupts the body's mineral balance and can lead to potential deficiencies. When we indulge in high sugar diets, we expose ourselves to an array of health issues, including obesity, metabolic syndrome, and weakened immune function, all of which can further complicate our mineral absorption and overall health.
It's a pure acid, that white sugar. And when it comes out of your body, if you were to test your urine, you'd find there was calcium and magnesium in the urine. And when those bones weaken, what's that called? Osteoporosis. So what's another one that leaches minerals out of the body is alcohol. Alcohol's a toxic poison. It was 15 years ago, the Australian Health Department put out a statement. I haven't seen the statement since. It says there is no safe dose of alcohol. It's toxic poison. Children are being born today with fetal alcohol syndrome from parents that have even a couple of drinks a week. You see, alcohol directly affects the liver and also the brain. And leaching minerals. The other is tobacco. Children are being born today with less alveoli in their lungs. They can even develop emphysema without ever having smoked. These are poisons that are leaching minerals out of the body. So can you see what's happening today? Another reason why the DNA is breaking down, or there is damage in the DNA, is big one is lack of minerals, and also the damage that these toxins cause. Another reason why damage is happening is genetically modified foods. Genetically modified foods is the result of the DNA of two different species being spliced together in the hope that they create a tomato that grows in the snow, but it actually doesn't. In fact, this tomato that's been genetically modified has many centres. It does not have the same molecular structure as a tomato that hasn't been genetically modified, and so this has the ability to damage our DNA. But genetically modified foods have the ability to damage the DNA. Electromagnetic field excess. We are electrical people, and the electromagnetic field that's coming out of the devices that we all have, phones, iPads, and computers, even those hands-free phones, they're pretty high. Now we all have them, and how we love them. I'm so glad I can dialogue with my family on WhatsApp while I'm gone, but try and keep it away from your body. Have it out of your bedroom while you are sleeping. It's called the silent killer, and it has the ability to come in and damage DNA. Be especially careful on children's exposure, because their skulls aren't as thick as ours, so it's causing damage more than even adults.
Limiting their exposure to electronic devices is crucial for their developing health. While screens can provide entertainment and educational content, prolonged exposure can lead to sedentary behavior, sleep disruption, and increased susceptibility to mental health issues. Additionally, excessive screen time has been linked to a rise in obesity rates among children. With all these factors combined, monitoring their screen time can significantly influence their physical and mental development.
So yeah, keep it away from your body as much as possible. Also, chemicals. We are exposed to more chemicals today than any generation that ever lived on the planet. It is estimated that we are exposed to 100,000 new chemicals every year. That's scary, isn't it? We have no say over the neighbour, but we have total say over us. We have total say over the clothes we wear, because you know there are fabrics today made in a chemical laboratory, and that is polyester, nylon, and acrylic. When I was a little girl, everything was cotton, except in winter we'd have a woolen jumper. Wasn't it prickly? Oh, it never touched us because we had our cotton shirt underneath the woolly jumper.
Many of us remain blissfully unaware of the hidden chemicals in our everyday lives. From the materials we choose for our clothing to the everyday products we use, cleaning supplies, personal care items, and even the foods we consume. Numerous sources expose us to potentially harmful substances. These chemicals can leach minerals from our bodies and disrupt our internal balance, making it essential to be vigilant and informed about what we allow into our homes.
Looking at the things that can damage the DNA. Also, what can damage the DNA is mold. Mold has the ability, and we see it in nature, it can splice into the DNA of plants. There's even a snail that when fungus gets into this snail, the little antennas grow longer and have colour in them. Does this happen with humans? Yes, it actually is a possibility. And mold is something that a lot of people don't realise is such a danger. What is mold? It's a microorganism. What does micro mean? Microscopy, it means you can't see it with the naked eye. Organism, that means it's living. And microorganisms are everywhere. In fact, there's 10 times more microorganisms in the body than cells, and we have 100 trillion cells in the body. And there are 10 times more microorganisms in our gastrointestinal tract than anywhere else in the body.
Microorganisms play a vital role within us. The human microbiome, which consists of trillions of microorganisms inhabiting our gut, aids in digestion and helps synthesize critical vitamins that our bodies need to function effectively. This delicate balance of gut microbes is essential not only for digestion but also for overall health, impacting everything from your immune function to your mood. To maintain a healthy microbiome, we must nourish it with a well-rounded diet rich in whole foods. This means prioritizing fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and fermented foods like yogurt or sauerkraut, while minimizing our intake of refined sugars and alcohol. Both sugar and alcohol have been shown to disrupt this microbial balance, potentially leading to health issues such as inflammation and digestive problems. By making mindful choices about what we put into our bodies, we can significantly enhance our gut health.
You see, in the soil, these microorganisms, they are responsible for the final breakdown of the minerals. They're responsible for the absorption of the minerals out of the soil and into the plant. These microbes protect the plant against any harmful pathogens that might be in the soil. These microorganisms nourish the plant. And the plant knows that it needs those microorganisms, so 50% of the fuel that it makes from photosynthesis, it sends back down to the roots to feed the microbes. It's almost as if the plant's saying, please stay, we'll feed you well. That's why the organically grown fruits and vegetables have a far higher mineral content, because of the microbes in the soil. And every time you put compost in the soil, you're putting more microbes in the soil. The soil should be live. Lining the gastrointestinal tract are villi that look just like the roots of a plant. They are lined with what we call the microbiome, the healthy or the friendly bacteria, Lactobacillus acidophilus, bifidus bacteria, and they line the villi with that. Can you pull that for me? Hand's not strong yet. Thank you. Lined with these microorganisms, and these bacteria in the gut, they are responsible for the final breakdown of our food. They're responsible for the absorption out of the gut and into the blood. They protect the blood against harmful pathogens. They nourish the cells that line the gastrointestinal tract. Thank you. Are you starting to see that these microbes aren't our enemy? They're an integral part not only of life on planet Earth, but also in the human body. The human body was designed to heal itself. We just need to know how it runs. Because when we know how the body works, then we can work with that to bring about what the body can do and does very well when we let it, to bring about healing in the body.
In conclusion, minerals and microorganisms play vital roles in the cycle of life, soil health, and ultimately our health. By recognizing the effects of mineral deficiencies caused by common dietary choices such as excessive sugar and caffeine consumption, we can make informed decisions that optimize our well-being. Likewise, understanding the incredible benefits of microorganisms both in the environment and within our bodies can motivate us to nurture our health through diet and lifestyle changes. Remember, small adjustments in your daily habits can lead to significant improvements in your overall health. By prioritizing nutrient-rich foods, fostering a chemical-free environment, and maintaining a healthy gut microbiome, you empower yourself and your family for a healthier future. Thank you for joining us today on this important topic. If you found this information valuable, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to tap the notification bell to stay updated on our latest content. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so share your experiences with mineral intake and gut health in the comments below. Let's continue this conversation and support each other in our health journeys. Remember to take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, stay healthy.